Hello guys, welcome back to another video of Living with Ashley J, and today you've reached Tru Story. So if this is your first time tuning in, thanks so much for clicking on this video. And my name is Ashley. You can find me on all social media platforms here on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and also TikTok as Living with Ashley J. So today we're talking about my biker life scandal. I know you're like, what? I know. Confessions. But I'm putting this video out there just to help anyone that's found themselves in this situation or they're thinking about joining a bike club, things of that sort. Some things to look out for. It's easy to get in, all that good jazz. So if you'd like to know about my biker scandal and how things went with my experience, you know what you have to do, of course. Stay tuned. By the way, if you're not subscribed, hit that little red button so you can subscribe. And also the bell so you know when I upload. So guys, by the way, this happened many years ago. When I say many, it happened many years ago. So, where do I begin? To make this video that long. So with that being said, let me just start off with, hold on, y'all. Let me take this off first of all. Let me just take this off. This is my pimple poppers. Let me just take that off. Because you're probably like, what in the world does she got on her face? Let me take those off. I can reapply them when this is over. Okay. All right, so, okay, guys. Real life moment. I forgot. So, the reason why I particularly joined a bike gang, I've always loved motorcycles, right? Always like to drive fast. I slow down now though. So all that good jazz and things of that sort. Also, growing up, I had like a distant family. I knew of my family, but just did not know my family. So I was like hip with the fact of the let's get to know each other. It's kind of like a family bond, things of that sort. You look out for each other, things of that sort. So I was turned on by those two particular things in particular. Nothing else really stuck out. Oh, and the travel part. Nothing else really stuck out to me. Okay, so speeding up to today, well, speeding you guys up. I'm not going to make this video long. Not to today. Before I initially joined a bike club, I joined a social club. So a social club, basically, if you guys don't know, is where a bunch of ladies are kind of like sidekicks for the biker club. They can call it whatever they want to, you're a sidekick. Basically, you don't ride a bike. You still throw like different parties and annuals and things of that sort. You go hang out with the bikers, things of that sort. If they need you to set up anything or like kind of like co-host an event or just like come out and do like any charity. Oh, they do lots of charity. So things of that sort, you also assist them. And you kind of like come in underneath a motorcycle club, which is known as a MC club. Social club, SC, known as a social club. So things of that sort. So I'm not going to go into extreme detail. I'm going to just give y'all a little bit of background and kind of speed y'all up, especially for those that don't even really understand the game and how it works and things of that sort. So, that's primarily the reason I got into a social club, had no real reason to go any deeper like I did. So that was a different experience. Let me tell you, I had one real cool friend. I think she still watches my videos at the time. We were like super tight. And we were just like cool. We did everything together. We hung out together, stuff like that. So actually we were in two social clubs, and the first club, that's where I got my nickname from. So if you all don't know my nickname, I'm sorry, I'm not going to reveal it here on my channel. But if you know, you just know, just one of those things. So, and I kind of got my nickname just because my personality is very poised. I'm very charismatic. I care about a lot of people, and I just like go the extra mile and things of that sort. So with that being said, if you just know, you just know. So, that first social club had issues, whatever, the whole 9 yards. So ended up getting into another one a couple years later. That one kind of okay. So to speed y'all up into the biker scandal. Okay. I ended up leaving the social club. Not particularly by choice. I didn't have a choice. Okay, so I ended up dating this guy long time ago, y'all. It's been more than 7 years, okay? So I ended up dating this guy, and he had this picture perfect personality with me. That was my experience. So I didn't know his huge background history of what he was about and things of that sort. We kind of just like talked over the phone and hung out, seen each other like parties and after sets and stuff like that. And then we just kind of got acquainted. So I'm laughing because I'm starting to think of a whole lot of stuff that happened. Like, yeah. So anyway, we ended up hanging out and stuff like that. So one day he got stranded, y'all. And y'all know that where I'm from in Minnesota, it gets icy and cold and stuff like that. So one day he got stranded and he was like, yeah, my car just got towed. They will tow your car if they're trying to like plow and stuff like that. So he was like, yeah, I got stranded, yada, 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 yada. Can you come pick me up? And I'm like, come pick you up? What I look like coming to pick you up? That's what's going in my mind, but I didn't say that. And I'll tell you in a minute why I didn't say that. So I'm like, okay. Because I actually was going out anyway. And where he was stranded was probably like about 10 to 15 minutes from my house. And honestly, like my car was like at the time, like the best in the snow. So I was like, yeah, I'll come get you. So I came and got him. I'm like, where am I taking you to? And then he was like, I don't know yet. And I was like, what? What do you mean you don't know? So I was like, look, my kids aren't home, so you can come hang out for a hot second, but you're going to have to figure out where you're going. Blah, 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 blah. So that's what ended up happening. Nothing happened, y'all. Just calm down. Calm down. That's what ended up happening. And then from that point on, we just kind of like became like more social. So we ended up going on a couple of dates. He ended up introducing me to his cousin and like some other people. It was just kind of weird. Like randomly, I started like, it was weird. Like I became his main chick really fast, if that makes any sense to y'all, in reference to the biker world and the real world at the time. So I did the unforgivable. No, I'm just saying that. The unforgettable, not the unforgivable, because God forgives all. We ended up having this long conversation and all this good jazz. And we kind of ended up having a little bit of similarities and things of that sort. So what happened was we ended up linking up. We didn't go there yet, y'all. Calm down. We ended up moving in together. So he ended up moving into my place, and things were okay for a long time, like over a year. Things were fine. And then it got to a point where I was just like, okay, his lifestyle is not matching up with me. He ain't it. How do I get rid of this joker? It was hard as hell to get rid of him, y'all. So he began to see that, I was legit. My name was, and I was legit. So he began to get nervous. So it's kind of like one of those things where if you have like a really, really nice running motorcycle and you you didn't probably pay for nothing for it, but you ended up getting a motorcycle and it mug run good. It run real good, right? But if you don't treat it right, it might break down on you. So that was pretty much a metaphor of the situation that would happen between him and I. So that's what ended up happening. Long story short, I met his son, his family, his mom, all these other kind of, like we were like together. I ended up getting sick. I'm leaving out a whole bunch of parts, y'all. I ended up getting sick, and we had to go out of town for an event. Now, let me just piggyback. I did say I had to leave. I didn't have a choice. So once we became like together in the same household, kind of like sharing, like I drove his car, he would drive mine, like things just became like really, and he was in a different club. He was in a OL club. That's all I'm gonna say on here. He was in an OL club, and I didn't have a choice but to marry him in the club world. So we didn't physically get married, but in the club world, we were married, if that makes any sense. And again, if you just know, you just know. I can't say everything, y'all, because I just can't. So, and I ended up having to leave the social club. Man, when you talking about some chicks that was pissed at me. When I mean pissed off. Like, pissed. Like, yeah. So if they wanted to throw darts, the darts were thrown. Not everybody, but some of the people. And I knew, it is what it is. It just comes with the territory. So that's what ended up happening. We ended up having to go out of town. I got sick. All this other kind of crazy stuff kind of happened. I was kind of like working crazy hours, the whole 9 yards, right? So long story short, we went out of town. We went out east, rode our bikes out east and all that good jazz. And then when we got to a certain stop, he ended up proposing to me, which was kind of stupid now that I think about it. But anyway, at this point we were kind of like we were engaged, y'all. But I didn't want to be with him. Like, he was doing stupid stuff. Like, he had like chicks in my truck, had me into it with people. Like, I came outside and like, it was just stupid stuff. And long story short, I wasn't mad at these chicks, like per se mad at them. I was mad because you knew, even though I wasn't his wife, we were engaged. You were in my truck. Technically, it was my truck because we ain't married, So it was like, I can't believe you would, go to lengths. Even if I don't know, I don't know. But in this world, you know who. You just know. So it's like setting yourself up like, yeah, you know what? I'm just about to, get into some stuff. And that's kind of how it was. But at the end of the day, the chick that he was messing with didn't know how the rules went. The rules is basically, even though you can hook up with him, when I come outside, you can't be disrespectful because you're going to get it. So, and not necessarily, I happen to have to be the one, but that's pretty much how it happened. So long story short, I ended up leaving the dude, right? A little after, he got pissed. Matter of fact, it led up to the fact of me having to leave him. He was doing stuff like charity events with me, going to church, just doing all this weird stuff, right? Acting like he was a changed person. So that wasn't the first person he cheated on me with. But long story short, I didn't physically I didn't physically have like the proof, but I had people like would send me like photos, would call me like, girl, I know you ain't outside, you ain't feeling good, but so-and-so out here with so-and-so, and it would be like legit homeboys or legit friends or just people I just wouldn't expect to reach out. They was like on my team. So, and then when you're a woman, you have the intuition, so you just already sometimes know. So, let me get to the scandal part. One night it got to the point where we were all supposed to go out. He got mad at me over some money that didn't even belong to him, things of that sort. Everybody was waiting outside of our house at the time, and I wasn't going for what he was putting out. I just wasn't going for it. I wasn't going for it, period. But, when you don't really know people and how they work and how they trigger, what they tick, and, when they already seem like they're a little violent, you like step back. So that's pretty much what I did. He ended up trying to punch me, y'all. And he ended up punching a very, very expensive bedroom set. I don't have that anymore. But that's what he ended up doing. So when I say everybody came in the house, everybody came in my house. I thought my house was going to be in pieces. Thank God it wasn't. But and not in reference to like doing something to me, but defending me. So they all went off on him and, all that good jazz. So they left. I didn't see him for a few days, which was fine with me. So pretty much, it got to a point where I understood that he knew that I was legit and he was using me. He was one of those type of men that wanted a piece of the pie without the piece of the pie. You get what I'm saying? Like, I know this is good. It's luxurious. It looks good on the outside. It's good on the inside. I want some, but I don't deserve it type situation. So that's what ended up happening. Then we ended up eventually breaking up. He left finally, thank God. Moved to a different state with some other girl. He was more happier with her because I wasn't a Section 8 chick. I owned my own stuff. You know, I had a legit job, the whole 9 yards. He wanted somebody that had the easy where he didn't really have to do anything, and I wasn't for that. It's more to the story than that, y'all, but I'm not really going to put everything out there. You stay tuned for the book when it comes out. So yeah, all that good jazz. Then, like 2 years later, he comes back into my life, and not come back like literally to the house or anything like that. Because at this point, I done moved on to a different place. I done bought me a house, the whole 9 yards. I was like on a whole different level, and he didn't expect me to be like that. He expected me to be dead somewhere because I had got like so sick, guys. So I met him at the point where I was sick and didn't know I was sick. So anyway, it came to the point where he was like, oh, you're fine, you're okay, and you know, all this good stuff, and I'm sorry. He got on his knees and apologized and apologized and apologized. He would come to church and just like worship with us like everything was cool, like he was just like on the straight and narrow now, telling me how he changed. That's cool and all, but dude, you did some stuff that I ain't going for. I'm not going to allow you to have some free rent space in my mind and my body around me, the stuff you did. So long story short, y'all, he ended up doing a lot of fraudulent things in my life. Like a lot of fraudulent things in reference to like setting me up to get hit by a car, a lot of stuff. It was just crazy. So I'm saying all that to say this, y'all. And the only reason why I'm saying it's a biker life scandal, it has nothing to do with the biker life. It was the fact that I got involved with somebody that had the same lifestyle as me at the time, and it caused me a great deal of pain. Now, there are lots of other people that are in that lifestyle that are really naturally great people that have it going on, to just the whole 9 yards. I ended up just, scapeling out the wrong one, so to speak. And I didn't come for him, he came for me, and I kind of gave into it. So what I'm saying to you as women, whether it's a biker life, whether it's in your own personal life, in your circle, it could be in your church. That's another T video coming to y'all very soon about another relationship. I can't wait to tell y'all. It wasn't fun when it happened, but I'm telling y'all, I can't wait to tell y'all, because me talking to y'all about these things that have happened to me in my life and how I overcame has helped me tremendously. I've already got through them. I've had therapy, I journal, I do all these different things. But at the same time, y'all, I know that there's someone else that needs to hear a genuine, transparent story and see that I'm still thriving past all the bullcrap, whether I created it or it just came to me and it just had my name on it. You get what I'm saying? So make sure, ladies and gentlemen, I know I got a lot of guys. You all watch my channel, so I appreciate you all as well. Make sure that, you make sure you get you together, right? I have been divorced for a while, and I just literally wanted somebody in my space that I felt like was a protector and a provider and all that things. And he appeared to have those things, but I knew as a Christian, I knew as a believer, I knew as a person that I was, that probably shouldn't have been a person for me in my space, but the lifestyle that I lived at that particular time blinded a lot of things that I should have looked and saw, right? So a lot of times we set ourselves up for situations, whether it be with a person, a job, it could be an event, it could be things that you shouldn't get involved in. And I got involved in it. It was a lot of reasons why I got involved in it. But stay tuned for the book. That's all I wanted to share with you guys. My biker life scandal. The man was not good, y'all. There's some good OLs out there. I don't recommend y'all getting into that. That's not my lifestyle. That's just something I indulged in that I should not have indulged in. at that particular time in my life. I did learn a lot though, as far as dealing with different types of people. I learned about diversity. I did travel a lot. That I will tell you that my business, one of my businesses, a food truck venture, that was something that I did. So yeah, I did a lot of things, and I met a lot of people. I got a chance, opportunity to pour into some people, and they got a chance to see the old Ashley and now the new Ashley. So that's a good thing. And yeah, so I don't want to hold you all too much longer, but if you have any more further questions, or you want me to do a more detailed video about the bike life, things of that sort, or if you like what kind of bikes to get, things like that, you know, I can do one of those videos. Let me know. Make sure you all follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and here on YouTube. Did I say Twitter? Yes. So I do post there often. I try to get on there every day. Stay tuned for the next video. And like I say always, oh, make sure you are subscribed. Like I always say this, y'all. I'm having a flashback. There's more to this story that I can't share. But I always say this, y'all. Be kind to yourself, because that's important. Be kind to others around you. And also be kind to strangers, right? So stay tuned for the next video. I sure appreciate you watching. If you watched this far, you should subscribe. Why not? Go ahead. And until next time, peace.